Welcome to the boot room. Sporting Denver has a new section to the show. And we'll be chatting with Mayor Pellegrini from the Colorado Rapids. Denver, Colorado, Rome, Italy, Turin, Italy, Santiago, Chile. These are all the places that our guest today on Sporting Denver has the potential to play or play for. On today's show, we welcome Mayor Pellegrini. Mayor, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me today.
How are you doing at the moment with the under the current circumstances?
Obviously, it's pretty difficult to not be playing, but I've managed to keep my head up and stay active and just focus on whatever happens next.
Well, what are you focusing on in terms of your soccer and education? How are you coping with that?
Well, I have the ability to go out and run in my neighborhood and to work out at home. I have some fields near me where I can go and shoot some balls and stay active and just continue to work every day and make the most out of every day as much as I can with the resources that I have.
Do you, you're with the Colorado Rapids, of course. Do you stay in touch with your teammates and obviously your coach online?
Yeah, we're still chatting and saying hi to each other every now and then, but obviously with the orders right now, we're not allowed to do a lot together, but we still keep in touch and talk about maybe college or things that we have planned for the summer. So,
have you been having any fun with the doing any freestyling, shooting it around your friends, or any competitions online with dribbling or juggling?
Of course, all the time. That's definitely my favorite thing to do is freestyle, and that's always what I've been doing since middle school, and that's really what keeps my touch going is just looking on YouTube or seeing any live streams that people have and trying to learn as much as I can and learning more skills and tricks.
Obviously, you're with the Colorado Rapids. You have another team, your high school team, which is the Colorado Academy, of course,
yes.
Where I've seen you play many times. Do you stay in touch with those as well, doing the same stuff online?
Yeah, we stay in touch all the time. Like every day I talk to them. They're some of my closest friends, and I've actually been able to go out individually with them. Obviously, we keep a good distance between each other, but I've been able to go out and shoot with them and stuff. And so, yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoy playing with them. We're super close, and so, yeah.
Do you have any teammates on both teams with the Rapids and the Academy?
I actually do. 5 of us on my team for high school happen to be also on the Rapids team. And so us 5, we are actually all in the same grade as well. And so we have a pretty close bond with each other. So, yeah.
Could you let everybody know currently what grade you're in, Maya?
I'm currently a junior, so 11th grade, and I graduate next year in 2021.
So time is of the essence in terms of, recruitment and your potential choice of college or maybe a university.
Yes, absolutely. And it feels like every year goes by faster, but I just have to keep working and seek out every opportunity that I'm given.
What boots do you wear?
Nike Mercurial Superflies.
Any other brand throughout your career?
Nope. Of course, when I was in elementary school, I would wear whatever, but I always usually stick to Nike.
Wear whatever. Yeah, I've been there. I just can't remember that far back, Maya.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned elementary. When exactly did you start playing soccer and get involved in the game?
So I actually started playing for the Colorado Rush on a
Sure.
recreational team in first grade, and I actually initially joined for fun. But then in sixth grade, I started to take it to a more competitive level because I just thought that I really enjoyed it and I wanted to go further. So in sixth grade, I joined a competitive club team, Colorado United, and I've been continuing to move up from there.
What was your mum and dad's influence on those the early stage of playing soccer?
Of course, they just wanted me to be happy, and they did not play soccer themselves, but of
Right.
course, they're still fans of the game. And I played because it was my passion and I fell in love with it. So it wasn't really something that they influenced on me, it was just myself. But of course, with the demands of going to trainings all around Denver and just all the trainings that I had to attend. They're super supportive of me. They drive me everywhere, and yeah, I'm very grateful to have parents who help me out with that.
In those early days, did you hang out at the park or just in the yard at home or even indoors and have a kick around with your dad or your mum?
Yeah, sometimes my dad and I would go out and he would help me to learn how to do headers and stuff like that. And so those are definitely times that I'll always remember because even though he never actually played himself, he still knows somewhat about the game and gave me good advice. So, yeah.
So did you run him round in circles on those early occasions, doing a few tricks?
Yeah, I did it a lot. Yeah.
I certainly know you would do right now. Probably your mum and dad at the same time. In those early days, did you catch anything on TV or did you associate yourself with a player?
I happened to fall in love with watching Ronaldo in
Okay.
about sixth or seventh grade. I don't exactly know why, but I just love to watch him play. Something about his ego and his tricks and the way he runs and shoots the ball and everything he does off the field as well to take care of himself. I just really look up to, and I think he's a great role model in that way. So yeah.
Would there be any female player that you're associated with on that scale as well?
I would say Tobin Heath
Sure.
because she's very humble and the way she manages the ball and just enjoys the game kind of inspires me to play that sort of same way.
Did you watch any teams in particular? I know you said Ronaldo and obviously Tobin, two fantastic players. Did
Mm-hmm.
you associate yourself with a team and follow those?
Um, yes, I do really enjoy watching Real Madrid and the Spanish national team as well. I think that the Spanish style of play is very unique and simple and something that's difficult to do, but it's a pleasure to watch them play because they'll have two passes like 5 yards apart, and just the way they manage the ball and the skills they have is just really fun to watch. So I often watch teams like that.
Real Madrid, Barca, of course,
Yeah.
La Liga.
And you also find like Manchester City play similar because of Pep Guardiola.
Of
So yeah.
of course. Do you find certainly at the level you play it with the developmental academy, and there is a change up in that system right now, but you will still be playing at an extremely high level. Do you think or have you been working with coaches that are trying to integrate certain styles of play, working here in the US with what you're doing right now in those systems?
I actually do find that a lot. Um, I've found that there are many coaches now starting to say, hey, why don't we actually pass the ball instead of just kicking it? And it's actually becoming much of more of an art to the game than just kicking the ball and seeing where it goes, you know?
I think art, skill, and intelligence, they all roll into one, which you certainly have. What position do you play?
I play forward. I've always been a forward, and I've never played defense. But this past year, I've started to play the 10, the attacking mid, in which I have found myself able to be more creative, and so I'm looking forward to playing that position more in the future.
You like scoring goals, right?
I do. I love to. It's fun.
Throughout that time, have you played in different positions just to educate yourself with, roles and responsibilities within a team?
I have tried playing left mid. I do often stay on the left side, and it's a lot of more running, and I've played outside back as well. I think that it's good to try different positions because you see the game in many different perspectives, and you are challenged with different responsibilities. And so I've actually been able to come back a bit and try those out.
Is there any coach in particular over those years? You don't have to pick one, but if there's two or three coaches out there that have influenced you, maybe with different styles of players, that transition of players materialized over the years, what effects have the coaches had on you?
Well, the coach that I currently have now, Jamie Coomer, has definitely impacted me because she likes the style of play that Barcelona and Madrid play, and
Sure.
she's influenced that upon me and my teammates, and I've seen how we play against other teams and how we manage the ball, and I find that we are way more skillful than a majority of girls that we play, and so I feel as though it's a reason why my team and I play so well together and why we have such a strong chemistry is because we're all so skilled because of her influence on us.
I know Jamie very well. Give Jamie a bit of a wave out there. So
I will.
there you go. I'm going to. My sister got me this hat, so I'm just going to hold that out to you, Chile, and it's part of the jigsaw. Can you let our listeners, our supporters, know your connection with Chilean soccer?
So both my parents and majority of my family are from Chile. They were born and raised there. So my parents moved here when they were in their early 20s with working visas. And so that's how I was born here. So I was given the opportunity to go down to Chile in my sophomore year. And I was able to go down there and train with the national team for a month. And it was definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had. I learned a lot of skills and a lot of mental skills. And so I'm looking forward to going back in the future.
Can you let our supporters know exactly when you went and the duration of time you were down there?
I went for the whole month of December in 2018.
That's cool. What did you bring back from that? Obviously working with, again, different styles of play, different coaches and high-level players.
Well, I learned a lot about having a heart for the game. I saw those girls in Chile, they put their everything into every training and into every game, and I was exhausted after every training because of how hard they play, and so that really stood out to me. Another thing I learned was defending. I don't exactly know how it happened, but it was through possession games and sort of rondo. I was able to learn how to come back and defend more as a forward because I know before I wasn't doing it as much. And so I've learned that. And I think that's important.
And you've brought that back into your game back in the US. What did your average day look like down there?
Well, I was still in school, so I had to do all of that online, which was difficult. But I would wake up at 6, I believe, and then I would head over and get there an hour before training. And so 30 minutes before training actually started, we would be in the gym and do a short 30-minute workout. It was a lot of core and sort of kind of HIIT workouts, I'd say, and cardio, or sometimes we would warm up on the bikes. And so that was how we started our training. And then we would go out, train for an hour and a half, and we would come back and do core workouts for another 10 minutes, I would say. And so by the time I was done with training, I believe it was 11 around that time. I would go eat lunch and take a nap because I was so tired and do homework. And then I would go to bed and the whole day would start over again.
And you said you were down there for a month. Who was the main coach down there with you, Maya?
There was Rodrigo was the assistant coach.
Sure.
And I cannot remember off the top of my head who was the head coach.
Oh, no worries on that. What did you work with a particular age group? I do know there were senior players there as well. So how did that pan out with the scheduling for your practices?
Yeah, so Chile is a small country, so they do not have every single age group. They have sub-17, sub-20, and then the adult group. When I went, they were preparing they were training for the World Cup, and so they had all the age groups together. So I was mainly with the sub-20 and the adult team at the time.
And that is quite phenomenal. What did you find that was maybe the biggest challenge to you? Obviously, working with players, senior players, of course, an older age group. What was your biggest challenge, Maya?
I'd say the fitness was a big challenge because I felt as though they were a lot bigger and stronger than me. And also their mentality. At the time, I was only 16. And I know that I'm only 17 now, but I feel as though I have matured a lot from then.
Sure.
And I feel like their kind of mentality and their maturity was a lot higher than mine. And so it was like a wake up to me, like that I had to just push more and put more heart into it.
Did you bring that experience back with you here into the US, back into your high school team and also your club team?
Yes, I actually came back from Chile and started my high school season right away. And that high school season was probably one of the best seasons I've had. I felt faster and stronger and more intelligent. I felt as though my IQ had raised and that I had a better awareness of the game. And so, yeah.
You, with your high school, you won a state title. Do you want to just talk us through that match day, that match game experience, what you were feeling?
The championship game?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was definitely sad because we always look forward to our ultimate goal. And what's really most important is the whole journey to get there.
Sure.
So I was sad that it was all coming to an end because not only were we a great team, but we were really, really good friends. And so to see all of that come to an end was hard. But we definitely enjoyed every minute of it. Sitting in the locker room was long, but we had fun. We played music and danced and did fun things in the locker room before to shake our minds off it. We gave each other pep talks, and we were just super excited. I felt as though the team already knew we had already won that game because of the success and the chemistry and the memories we built through that season, and we felt confident going into that game. And it was special because the team we were playing was the only team we had lost to during that whole season. And so we said, like, they're not going to get in the way of our state championship.
A little bit of extra incentive there, Maya, for you.
Yeah.
Did you score in the game?
I did not, but I was able to give or draw a foul to get a set piece for the team, and we were able to score off of that. And then I had an assist after that to one of my midfielders.
you said there's a transition, a hint of sadness there that, some players have left that roster. Obviously, they're senior players.
Mm-hmm.
How did the transition go now with junior players coming in? What does that roster going to be looking like for the next season?
Well, obviously, we didn't have a high school season this season.
Well, right, yeah.
But we were looking pretty strong. Of course, those seniors had a great impact on us as a team, and they did a lot for us, but we accepted the challenge, and we were able to find the players to take those spots. So,
how would you describe yourself as a player if you could give our supporters a visual of the type of player that you are? What do you look like on the field?
I'd say that I am a creative player and a hardworking one. I'm not going to lie that I do get angry when I'm not winning in trainings, and so I like to work hard and always get the ball when I have to and when we don't have it. And when it comes to attacking, it's all about creativity for me and making the best out of every play so it looks cool. And I enjoy doing skills and tricks into my plays to make it look as cool as possible.
Nothing wrong with that. Expressing yourself, correct?
Exactly, yeah. I've had many teachers say that I express myself on the field, but never in the classroom.
Work in progress there, Maya.
Yeah.
In one word, then, describe yourself as a player. What would it be? Just one word.
That's a hard question.
Yes.
I have no idea.
Can I give you one? Can I have your permission?
Yes, give me your opinion.
Entertaining.
Entertaining. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. How do you balance yourself with activities off the field, your education, and also preparation for your games? How do you balance those out? Because I know you're overloaded with education and you're a high level player. How do you balance those?
Well, I think mentally is the most important part, is to sort of balance that, because you cannot do everything at once. Right. And so I've been able to manage my time, saying this part of the day is for football and this part of the day is for school. So I've managed to get up very early in the mornings and get homework done that I couldn't do the night before because I was out training. And I've been able to say these hours of the day are designated to school, and then after school I go train, and I've been able to balance that lifestyle out. So yeah.
If you had the opportunity to play professional soccer, I'll answer that for you. Yes, would be your answer, of course, and there will be several opportunities. I am very, very certain of that, Maya. If that was, you're welcome. If that wasn't to be, what would you be doing?
I think I would be doing something with the automotive engine industry.
Okay.
I am seeking to study engineering in college, and so I was looking forward to take that into working with cars. Of course, I still love the game, and I've thought about maybe I could go coach somewhere, but who knows what will happen. So.
Do you think giving back to the game, whether you may have a professional career or you go into the automotive industry, or but balancing both? Do you think you'd like to go into coaching and maybe give back, some of your knowledge and experiences?
I think it would be definitely interesting to check out coaching. I've actually helped my coach with some of her camps that she runs for little kids.
Sure.
And I see sort of what coaches deal with, and I think it's fun, and especially staying with the game. You don't play yourself forever, so I think it'd be fun to check that out in the future.
I've seen you coach, and the kids do certainly swarm around you. So
Yeah.
I think it's easier to play than coach, don't you?
A lot easier, yes.
Talking on sports, do you have any interest in any other sport activities, Maya?
When I was younger, I did a wide variety of sports. I did lacrosse, field hockey, basketball, and motocross. My brother used to race motocross, so
Wow.
I used to join in on that. But now, since I'm so soccer focused, it's more of sports surrounded by soccer. So my brother started doing triathlons, and so I joined him on that. And in the summers, we would do a couple triathlons, and now I just cycle a lot, and so I found cycling as a way to take my mind off soccer.
And of course, retain some form of fitness level for
Exactly.
For your soccer. Automotive industry, I just want to backtrack on that one. And you mentioned motorcycles. Have you helped your brother fix a motorcycle?
I have not, but I'm actually building a go-kart right now in my garage.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
I need to see that.
It's very cool.
I need to see some photos of that.
I'll
So
send you some.
thank you very much. So you've got this dangerous aspect to you, these motorcycles and go-kart racing. Have you got that little edge of dangerous excitement in you then, Maya? I didn't know that.
Like an adrenaline junkie you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't mean like, you've got to ride down, your motorcycle and jump over buses or anything along those lines. But, that excitement for speed, a little bit of danger.
Yes, I do enjoy driving pretty fast. My parents even complain that I drive too fast.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, there's definitely a part of me. I don't have it as much as my brother. He's more crazy.
Okay.
But I do have, I grew up with only brothers, and I grew up doing what they did, and so they like those extreme sports.
Okay, so between you and your brothers then, who's in charge?
Of, what do you mean in charge?
Do they get the better of you, or do you put them in the place?
I put them in the place.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I just had that. So, hey, take that edge into that need for speed or something like that. I think you've applied that to your soccer as well. That dangerous aspect.
It definitely comes into my heart. I can feel a lot of adrenaline. Like if I'm running, I just feel like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, I want to say thank you for sharing 30 minutes with us. It's been absolutely fantastic. I can't let you leave without doing a quick fire 5 questions.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw these out at you. We've had a couple of people wanting to ask you questions anyway. So who is your favorite player of all time?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
You already mentioned that. And I think I know the answer to the other one. Female player all time.
Tobin Heath and Abby Wambach. I think she's a very great player.
2, 3 very, very good choices. Your teams, favorite team, who do you support?
I support Real Madrid, but I'm also an Arsenal fan.
Okay, I'm assuming that's men's. What about on the female side? Is there any team you support, associate yourself with?
Obviously the U.S. team is fun to watch, but I actually thought watching the last Women's World Cup that France were very fun to watch.
They're not bad, yeah. If you could play in any stadium globally, what stadium would you? We're talking full house, 80,000 people. What stadium would you like to walk out in and perform?
I'd say the Santiago Bernabeu.
Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. If you could have any player in your team, doesn't matter which team, if you could play with any player in your team, what player would it be?
In the team that I support?
You're playing in a team. Doesn't matter who they are, but you want one player on this planet in your team, male or female. Doesn't matter. Who would you like to play alongside with? Play with
And
in
it
your
could
team.
be professionally.
Anybody you like. It can't be me. Okay.
Oh, geez.
You wouldn't want me anyway.
Um,
Any player on the planet, past, present.
I would say probably Andrea Pirlo.
Brilliant. I can't ask why because I'm not allowed to, but that's a brilliant one.
Okay.
Of all the goals you've scored, and I know there's too many to mention, what, for whatever impact, whether it was a belter in the top corner or just a simple tap in or emotional, what's your favourite goal? What's your best goal?
My best goal
that you've scored?
I'll just say the first one that came to my mind was a couple years ago. I went to showcase in Las Vegas, and one of my teammates crossed it in, and the ball deflected off of one of my other teammates in the box, came back, was bouncing, and I hit a half volley from 30 yards out, and it went in the top corner. And it felt like a goal of a lifetime.
Screamer.
Very much so.
Was it your right foot or your left foot?
My right foot.
Okay. Mayor, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining us and sharing some of your experiences. It's been an absolute blast. Would you like to leave a message, final message, before we shut down for our supporters and listeners out there?
I'd say regardless of what's going on in the world, keep moving forward and make the most out of every single day that you wake up.
Ms. Pellegrini, thank you so much for sharing some time with us on Sporting Denver.
Thank you for having me.